But I tell you what, Puffy, your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets.
Suge Knight said that from a prison cell, and the man he was warning is now in one too. Suge Knight was in that car the night Tupac got shot. He was also on the hit list, and for 30 years, nobody asked him directly what Diddy did to him, until now. From his prison cell, Suge Knight just announced a book, 352 pages, written by hand, titled Your Pain Is My Joy, dropping August 4th, 2026. In it, he says he is going to name the people responsible for what happened in Las Vegas on September 7th, 1996, the night that changed hip-hop forever. What you're about to hear is what Suge says Diddy did, told in his own words, by the only man who was in that car and lived to write about it. The night they tried to kill them both. September 7th, 1996, Las Vegas, Nevada. Suge Knight and Tupac Shakur attended the Mike Tyson versus Bruce Seldon fight at the MGM Grand. Tupac was on top of the world. All Eyes on Me had gone double platinum. Death Row Records was the most powerful rap label in the country. After the fight, a brawl broke out in the lobby. Tupac and his crew confronted Orlando Anderson. Security cameras caught the whole thing on tape. Later that night, Suge Knight was behind the wheel of his black BMW on Flamingo Road. Tupac was in the passenger seat. A white Cadillac pulled alongside them and opened fire. 13 shots, 4 bullets hit Tupac. 1 grazed Suge Knight in the head. Most people know that story. What most people do not know is this. The bounty that night was not just on Tupac. Suge Knight was on that list too. Both of them were targets. And the man who confirmed it told Suge directly, face to face.
So Rat James, Keefe D said he told Rat James that, look, it's big money in this. Only thing Puffy want to do is pay $1 million to have both of them killed. He told me that.
Keefe D did not say that in a courtroom. He said it to Suge Knight's face at a Lakers game when he thought nobody was recording. Think about what Suge just told us. Keefe D pulled him aside at the Staples Center, told him Diddy sent money to have both of them killed. Not just Tupac, both of them. Suge survived that night. Tupac did not. And for 30 years, Suge has been sitting in prison carrying that information. Now he is writing a book about it. But here is the question nobody has answered. If Diddy paid for that hit, where did the money actually go? And what happened when it never arrived? The warning nobody heard.
Your life is in danger. Because you know the secrets. Who's involved in that little secret room you guys participating in. So, you know they're going to get you if they can.
Suge Knight said that in 2024, while Diddy was still free, still riding his bike in Miami, and nobody took it seriously, that was not a threat. That was a warning from a man who knew exactly what Diddy was carrying. Suge had been watching from prison. He saw the Homeland Security raids on Diddy's homes in Los Angeles and Miami in March 2024. He saw the lawsuits piling up. He saw the federal investigation closing in. And from his prison cell, on his own official podcast, he looked directly at his oldest enemy and told him the truth. You know the secrets. And the people who share those secrets with you are going to make sure you never talk. 6 months later, September 16, 2024, Diddy was arrested in New York City on federal sex trafficking and racketeering charges. He has been behind bars ever since. Suge called it from a prison cell before anyone else did. Now here's what closes the entire story.
If he gave the money, Puffy will be in prison now, money for hire, a murder for hire. So thank God, it's just a true story. I'm not saying yes or no, but if he would have gave them the money, it'd have been a murder for hire, and Puffy would be locked.
Keefe D just told us that the only reason Diddy is not already serving a life sentence for murder for hire is because his own middleman stole the money. Eric Von Zip received $1 million from Diddy after Tupac was killed. He was supposed to pass it to Keefe D. He kept it. And according to Keefe D on camera at VladTV, the FBI confirmed it. They told Keefe D directly, Zip kept the money. That one act of theft is the only thing standing between Diddy and a murder for hire conviction. Not innocence, not a lack of evidence. A middleman who decided to keep the cash. So here's the question that Suge Knight's book has to answer. Suge was in that car. Suge was on that bounty list. And Suge has known about the money for years. What else does he know that nobody has put on paper yet? And why is August 4th the date he chose to finally say it? The book has to say. Your Pain Is My Joy drops August 4th, 2026. Published by Simon & Schuster. 352 pages written entirely from behind bars. The publisher describes it as an unflinching look at the rise of Death Row Records, the death of Tupac Shakur, and the blowout brawls between Suge Knight and Diddy directly. Not his artists, not his crews. Suge and Diddy. That detail matters, because every account of the East Coast-West Coast war has been told by people who were nearby. Associates, witnesses, people who heard things secondhand. Suge Knight was not nearby. He was in the car. He took a bullet fragment to the head. He drove with 2 blown tires trying to get Tupac to safety. Nobody has written that story from the inside until now. Here's what I believe. Suge Knight has been the most important untold voice in hip-hop history for 30 years. Every documentary, every podcast, every Netflix special, they all talked about him. They all talked around him. Nobody has heard the full version from Suge himself, in his own words on paper, where it cannot be edited or cut short. That changes August 4th, and the timing is not an accident. Diddy's federal trial is pending. Keefe D's case is moving through the courts. The Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department is still investigating. Every thread from 1996 is being pulled at the same time. Suge Knight chose this exact moment to publish. That is not a coincidence. But here's the one question the book cannot answer on its own. Suge says your question marks will turn into periods. But Diddy is still alive, still in a federal detention center, still awaiting trial. And if Diddy decides to talk, what he says could change everything Suge puts in that book. 2 men, 2 prisons, 2 versions of the same night. Only one of them has written it down so far. 2 of the most feared men in hip-hop history are both behind bars in 2026. One of them just wrote a book about the other. Suge Knight said your question marks will turn into periods. But here's the question I want you to answer in the comments. If Suge Knight's book names Diddy directly, and Diddy's trial is still pending, do you think that book helps Diddy or buries him?